Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm super excited to show you a brand new tool from the MotionDesk Panel. It's called Property Driver. This little beast can seriously save you loads of time and energy. You can download it for free using the link in the description. I've already downloaded it, so I'll just drag the file into the MotionDesk Panel drop zone to install it. Now I can access this tool along with all my other tools with a single click. Let's start with a simple example to see how it works. Here I've got a polygon layer. I'll press P to reveal the position and animate it. Now I want the rotation to move as well, based on the position. I'll hold Shift and press R to open the rotation. Next, I'll select Position, hit Pick Source Property, and choose X Position as the component. Then I'll select Rotation, click Pick Target Property, and hit Apply. You can also tweak how much the effect influences the target. I'll reduce the scale value a bit to control the impact. Now I'll add a new circle shape. Set its position as the target and hit Apply again. The circle now moves along. If I enable reverse, it'll move in the opposite direction of the polygon. All right, let's move on to the next example. Here we've got a simple UI layout of a mobile app, and we're going to connect the scroll handle to the posts inside the app. So everything reacts automatically to the scroll movement without separate keyframes or animations. First, I'll duplicate the post layers and move them down to fill up the space. Then I'll pre-compose those two layers, hide the pre-comp for now, and draw a rectangle mask over the visible app area. I'll name it Maddie. Now I'll turn the pre-comp back on and track mat it using the map layer. Next, I'll align the pre-comp so that the top of the post matches the scroll bar's top, basically the position where we want it to start. I'll also place the scroll handle at the very top of the bar. Now I'll right-click both layers' position properties and choose separate dimensions. I'll set the Y position of the scroll handle as the source and the Y position of the post comp as the target, then hit Apply. Now, when I drag the scroll handle down, the posts move too, but in the same direction, which isn't what we want. So I'll enable the reverse option on the comp layer. Perfect. Finally, to make sure it lines up at the bottom, I'll move the scroll all the way down and adjust the scale value in the effect settings until the posts reach the end. We've got one small issue though. The scroll handle moves slightly on the X-axis too. It's not a big deal, but to clean it up, I'll alt-click the X position stopwatch and type a fixed number to lock it. All right, let's add a little extra magic. We can actually limit the scroll's movement so it only moves within a set range. All I need to do is click the Y position stopwatch on the scroll handle and write a simple clamp expression, just like this. Those two numbers define the minimum and maximum values the scroll can move between. Nice. Now the scroll is totally locked in place. No more wandering around. In the next example, which works pretty much the same way, I'll go through the process quickly so you can see how fast the setup can be done in real time. All right, in this one, I'm using the relative mode, pretty much the same idea, but here I only match the start position. Then I'll tweak the scale value in the settings to perfectly align the end of the scroll. Quick and super easy. All right, let's move on to the next example. Here we've got a video player UI and a separate video layer. We're going to connect the timeline and the current time indicator together. First, I'll separate dimensions on the CTI's position and type a fixed value in the Y position so it only moves horizontally. Next, using the pen tool, I'll draw a line from the start to the end of the video timeline. This will represent the progress bar. Now I'll add a trim path to the shape layer and set its end value to 0 for now. We want this end value to be driven by the CTI's position. So I'll pick the X position of the CTI as the source property and select the end property of the trim path on the timeline as the target property. Then under mapping mode, I'll choose range remap. I'll enter the starting and ending values for the CTI's X position in the driver input fields and keep the driven output values at 0 to 100. Now when I hit apply and move the CTI, you can see the progress line filling up in sync with the CTI. Super cool. And if you entered the wrong numbers, no worries. You can always go back to the timeline layer settings and adjust those values anytime. Now let's connect the CTI movement to the video itself. First, I'll right-click on the video layer, go to time, enable time remapping. Then I'll pick the X position of the CTI as the source and select time remap on the video layer as the target. Next, I'll find the from and to input values from the CTI's X position and enter them here. Since my video duration is 9 seconds, I'll set the output range from 0 to 9 and then hit apply. Now the video plays perfectly in sync as I move the CTI. Next, I want the play icon to appear at the start of the video and disappear after a few frames, but to show that playback has started. So I'll select the opacity of the play icon layer as the target. No need to pick the source again since it's already set. Then I'll make the second input value slightly higher than the first one and click apply. I forgot to set the output max to 0, so I'll go to the settings and change it manually. Our setup is complete. Hope you had fun checking out the property driver tool. It's such a time saver and opens up tons of creative possibilities. If you enjoyed this one, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more MotionDesk goodies. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next tutorial.